2011, we built Walkabout Woods, which is a Burning Man art installation, and Luke got involved with that project. It was through that project that I met Andrew. Satori I had known through the fire community for quite a while, and it was during Walkabout Woods that I also met Alan. So Walkabout Woods really as a project and as a community phenomenon brought a lot of us together. My name is Jonah Haas. I'm the marketing director of Lucidity.
Well, it started for me on this project with Lucidity Festival. You know, kept having this progressive conversation with many different people, and eventually had the discussion with Satori, and he and I were really the first ones to sit down and start really envisioning what it was going to be like, taste like, smell like, what sort of tasks needed to be taken care of to actually get this thing off the ground.
We sat down and started talking about making the festival happen, which we'd both been talking to people about separately for about a year or two, but when the conversation hit each other, we both kind of met someone who was serious about making it happen. Alan Evela, I met several months later into the planning process, where a mutual friend said, you should check this guy out. He's doing some cool stuff, and he's reaching out into the more spiritual side of things in Santa Barbara, and he seems to be good people.
Working as a core became vital, but all of us being present together in the same vicinity became paramount. Like, it was the only way we could function, because while we were our own parts, decisions and things would come up constantly that we would all need to, okay, this is what we're all doing, all right. And it was, you know, a time of just mad scientry going on.
This is an amazing industry that relies on collaboration and connectivity, and we can show the world how to eat better and how to be together better, and hopefully how to get ourselves to a true potential of humanity.
Right around New Year's, just before that, we started to meet and work regularly. Up until that point, it had been me and Andrew working together on the initial, what are we trying to do?
It was frustrating at times, because it's like people were a little hesitant to get involved.
There was a lot of meetings and stuff I was planning just to make sure things kept happening, but very little progress happened up until about December, when Jonah and Luke and Alan kind of all got into the idea of actually treating it like a job, and that made progress. You need a core team to make these things happen.
But that was sort of the solidifying factor, is once it stopped becoming a conversation and actually started becoming reality, and you had tangibility behind it.
And I started thinking about how to pull together a festival in 3 months was going to be really a challenge.
But we had a business plan. A business plan makes things feel real. It had numbers and financials and 5-year projections of how this could be not just an event but a company, and that gave it a feeling that this was happening. It was going to scale. How big the event was going to be, we didn't know. We didn't expect it to be the size Lucidity became.
You know, we didn't have any permits, we didn't have any money.
All of them except Andrew start saying the date's wrong. They're telling Andrew, we can't do it, it's wrong, we know the date's wrong, Andrew, just get on board with us. And Andrew calls me, they're like upset, like they don't want to do it anymore, everything's ruined. And I one by one talk to people and kind of sure, I'm like, we can do this. And what we can do, we'll see, but we can do something by then, and it's okay. We'll never be perfect.
It wasn't so much going up against Coachella that I was concerned about, it was the short time frame.
And at that time, we couldn't afford the venue. We were like, okay, let's see, the venue is gonna cost $18,000? Has anyone ever seen that much money? Okay, maybe theoretically next to it, maybe, but oh man, how are we gonna accomplish this, guys?
With the open source attitude and having all of these other organizations want to get involved, knowing that we had no budget and that we just wanted to create the most amazing thing possible.
We knew it was going to happen, we just didn't know when. And then we ran out of dates. Basically, Live Oak only had one date that really worked.
It was Satori and Andrew who both were pretty firm that we should move forward with that date. So we all put some trust into that.
I went onto our ticket sale page and checked, and we had sold like a couple of tickets, and we were just like totally ecstatic, man. We were just like, sold our first couple of tickets. We were like, oh my god, we're really doing it.
When we dropped the tickets February 10th at Soho, we blew that restaurant up. And these are very heady times for us.
They were coming in from 5 different countries in South America, from Spain, from Germany, I think, from New Zealand, Japan even. I mean, it was literally all over the world. That was when everyone was like, wow, you guys are actually going to do this, aren't you?
It created that spark, which really worked. Other people want this to happen as badly as we do, and that was cool.
We're like, wow, this is not just happening, this is happening.
Now everyone else was having dreams about Lucidity. I've had dreams about other festivals, but after playing this thing for 9 months, I hadn't had one dream about being there. And this was maybe 5 days before, and we were at the warehouse where we were planning and storing everything, and I fell asleep on the couch. And in the dream, it was as if it was the build, but we were already celebrating, or we were celebrating, but the build was still happening. And it was like that was how it was meant to be. And everyone was working together and bringing food and water, and then we were just checking in, and it was seeing this like tapestry of people being productive together and celebrating together at the same time, which is exactly what it was.
Everything just kept building and building, and as it got closer and closer, it was almost like a black hole and like reaching 0 point. Things were speeding up, more stuff was happening.
I went into the build week not expecting any bad weather. People had been talking about it off and on, but I said, no, it's not gonna happen. I went completely manifest style.
I love that way of thinking, but we also need to be realistic, and when the weather report says that there's going to be rain, we need to plan for rain. Everybody's spirits were really high, and everybody was really positive that we could just do like our best rain dances and set the intention, and the universe would listen to us, and that we wouldn't get rain.
Long story short, we had 4 solid nights of nothing but pep talks leading into rain and hail and thunder and lightning. Like lightning strikes coming down in the middle of the build site. It got to one point where I was down in parking, and I came up to the top of the hill and looked around and saw a lightning strike come down, and called out on the radio, said, everyone just seek shelter immediately, go to your vehicles. My friend Tuffy pulled me aside and said, hey Boo Boo, I think you're cracking up. There was 30 people down here, no one saw anything. I was like, no, I saw this lightning bolt come out of the sky. I promise, I'm not crazy.
And to hear people getting on the radio saying, everybody get into your cars.
Sometimes you couldn't see through the rain because it was so hard that all we could do was come into the gallery, and I was so happy that I curated the gallery under the roof.
We spent $1,500 on tarps alone. Weatherproofed everything as much as we could. Obviously our main concerns were speakers and lighting.
And I'll never forget on our opening morning, Friday morning, the crack of lightning gets everyone scattered, and then hail starts coming down, and I was just like, really?
It was so fantastic. I remember being out there working in the rain and having it coming down and just being like, is that what you got? This is awesome. If this whole event wasn't such a community building effort on its own, throwing that storm into it, it only was the glue. Where for maybe some it would have been disaster and the drop of morale and all kinds of things. When the weekend came and the sun came out, it was like heaven on earth.
Pray Hi, my name is William Close, and I'm here tonight at Lucidity with the Earth Harp. That's this instrument right here. And if you notice, the strings go from this chamber and span all the way out. So it's actually turning the main stage into an instrument. The idea with the Earth Harp is it's a piece of installation art, but it also gets played. I play it with gloves, with violin rosin, and try and create some really cool sounds with it. The Earth Harp is often used to celebrate the beginning of something. In this case, we're stringing a brand new festival. This is the christening of it, and I love that. I love that the Earth Harp is here, sharing its vibe and laying in some beautiful chords and harmonics that will hopefully help the festival grow, and it's pretty much the story of it.
Mostly at this event, I'm DJing, helping with production in various capacities. Looking around here at the participants and the participation, and I see people that are excited, engaged, and absolutely alive. I think it's outstanding. These guys have put together something in a very short period of time. In its first year, has sold out.
A lot of people are costumed, and really goofy costumes.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
I mean, you would never really know. Some of our best friends have created it, and we're helping to throw it because we love them so much, and that's why we're a part of it. The feeling here, it's really organic and symbiotic and uplifting, and one thing they say when you walk in the door is anything that you're bringing here that you don't need or that doesn't work for you right now, you can leave here at the gate because you're entering a dream world. And just doing something simple like that was such a beautiful intention. It's so simple, but really seemed to impact people.
I'm Matt Rodriguez. I'm one of the artists here, working on production and signage and logistics and just building the city, you know. We've made a giant canvas in Santa Barbara for people to just plug in and, you know, utilize the skills they have and bring it to the table and then share and network and communicate. It's definitely a family here, you know. I had my mom out here, my sister, and my nephew, and just got to share this side of my life with them, which is beautiful. You know, family is more than just that blood. It's the people that you're working with. It's a team. You know, this is all a team building event where we're working together. We have common goals and we're trying to communicate. And radios help a lot. But yeah, we're all a family here and a team, and that's definitely something I'm trying to convey to people is, you know, leave it better event, you know, be conscious and be aware of each other and the space.
From a dream, what did you see? A family. Was it winter? Do you know? There was moonlight on falling snow. Can you tell me? Was it there? I can tell you I didn't care. Take a drink of the one, sun, water, and think, will you be ever what you have become? Drink, won't you drink of the one, sun, water, and think, will you be ever what you have become? Take a drink of the one, sun, water, and think, will you be ever what you have become? Drink, won't you drink of the one, sun, water, and think, will you be ever what you have become? We fell back into the dream. What did you say? Oblivion. Was it winter? Do you know? Beyond
The thing that sets transformational music festivals apart from the rest of festivals are the intentions that are put into the creation of the experience. We hope that it will be as moving for you as it was for us, and that the distinction eventually between you and us dissolves and we're just one big we having a party.
You quickly have to surrender any control that you might normally have in everyday life. What it does is it creates an atmosphere where so much stuff is happening, no matter where you are is the right place. And so it allows everybody to experience everything that they have to, come back together. You'll see the video, you'll hear your friend's experience, and it lets you understand that that's the same in life, that no matter where you are, right now is always the right time.